That's not a good sound. Whatever that was.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your host Steve and Colin.
You disappeared now. Oh, you're here.
Oh. Yep. Yep.
Hello.
Hello, we're here.
Hi.
Hi. Hi Steve. Welcome.
Hi. It's good to be here.
That's good.
What's happened?
I don't know what's happened. What's going on? Anyway,
where are we? What were we doing again?
It's very, very apt.
But yeah, it is. This is on brand.
Yeah, this is on brand.
100% on brand.
Okay.
Okay.
So this week we've been mainly talking about Paranoia Agent.
Paranoia Agent.
Paranoia Agent. Sorry.
That's okay.
Keep
It's
saying
close.
Paranoid.
Android.
Yeah. It was a struggle not to say that.
That's okay.
We're not talking about Ruby Head.
No, or Marvin.
Or Marvin. Marvin?
From the Hitchhiker's Guide. Was he not the paranoid android? Is that not where that's from?
I don't think he was
Yeah.
just deeply depressed. That's what I remember. Like,
No. Marvin the paranoid android.
yeah, I suppose you're right. I just know he was like, what are you doing? That's pointless. Why bother?
Yep.
Like,
They definitely got that right in the remake as well, which is quite good.
what, in the movie?
Yeah, the movie was alright.
That was
It was really dumb and fun.
Wasn't that Alan Rickman that did the voice?
It was.
Yeah, he would nail that. He was good.
Nailed it.
Good
He nailed
actor.
That was a weirdly fun movie.
Yeah, well, aye, it was good. The books are better.
I've never read them.
They're pretty good. They're about one of the few books I ever read.
I do have a very small list of books I've read. So
yeah, I not read too many
that aren't manga. I've probably read more manga than I have books. No.
It was that and Discworld for me.
Oh, to be fair, I did read Discworld, so
yeah. Anyway,
the classics. Yeah, we're here to talk about Paranoia Agent.
Yeah, and our ever longing quest of finding out who that anime.
No, you said that the last time too.
Who's that anime?
No, you said it singularly. Who that?
Who that?
New anime. Who does?
That's our third t-shirt.
That is pretty good. So this is continuing our what is our actual quest, which is to cover as much of Satoshi Kon's work as possible.
Have we not covered it all now?
No, I think Millennium Actress might be one of the in terms of directorial. Millennium Actress is the only movie we haven't covered. TV wise, he did Paranoia Agent and also directed, wrote, and animated on 3 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in 1993.
Oh, the original. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And also did a 1-minute short called Good Morning. So, there you go.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
He was also an uncredited art assistant on Akira.
All right. Oh, certainly watched that. That's the thing that has been watched.
We have watched it, but we have never covered it.
That is true.
Maybe one day.
One day.
I do love that movie.
He does. The amount of copies he have that, and Transformers the movie.
I have many. Although to be fair, I gave away all my other copies of Akira. I've just got the one now. So
What?
yeah, I gave one to my brother, my Blu-ray, and I gave my DVDs to my father-in-law, and I kept the 4K one that I bought. So
Yeah, your father-in-law into that.
he likes animated stuff. So like he tends to like mostly Ghibli things. But just generally likes that kind of stuff. Not always. It's very specific things. Like he wouldn't like Ghost in the Shell, I don't think. But Akira is a bit different. So
Yeah. I've been thinking, and I think Cyberpunk's coming back to into vogue.
Oh, you think I see.
Yeah.
I mean, the game had to have some impact on that at some point, surely.
Yeah, I think that and sentiment in the world has come back to Cyberpunk because I think did we talk about it? No, we didn't talk about it last week because I totally screwed up when I was talking about it.
You did talk about
The
Blood Dragon thing you watched.
Yeah, Captain Silver.
Captain Underpants.
No.
And the Blood Dragon.
Yeah, the Ubisoft animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever mention it on the show. I think I was mentioning it, but I actually said that I watched something else instead on Netflix, which wasn't animated.
What
was I watching?
What was that?
What was that? What did I watch? That wasn't that. This is why I watched the episodes on the day that we record.
Must have been good.
Yeah, it was alright. Well, this is why I do watch episodes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Talking about
that's
that,
fair.
Let's...
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Should we? I'll name the episode as Enter Lil Slugger.
Yeah, that boy, that slugging,
that precocious murder machine.
Precocious. He doesn't. I don't think he killed anyone yet.
Not yet. He's that precocious assaulter of people.
He likes just assaulting people.
He sure does.
Doesn't like pepper though.
Haha. Oh no. So this TV show or this anime is more what's the word I'm looking for?
Crime drama.
Yeah, it's connected tissue, but it's more anthology than it is like always the same characters being at the heart of the story.
Oh, right, yeah. Well,
so far anyway.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's not that they're not involved. It's just that the predominance of the characters, like there's a focus on a different one in each episode. And in the first episode, that person is Tsukiko Sagi, who is a character designer who created this adorable little pink thing that is in the video version of this podcast, Maromi, a pink dog.
Yeah, weird, like overly skinned pink dog.
Yeah.
Like it has more skin than bones and muscles to cover.
So much skin.
But not fat.
Just not fat, just the skin.
Just the skin. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like one of those weird dogs. It's just like this seems to have excess skin. You know,
it just makes me think of the Men in Black with the dude wearing the skin suit and like having to readjust all the skin on his face all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's probably the closest resemblance to this.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, essentially she is, it would seem, trying to create the next big thing, or her boss is pressuring her to create the next big thing, and she's not quite happy, I don't think, with the designs of it just yet.
No.
But of course, there's big expectations.
Yeah.
It also seems that nobody in our office likes her, at least from what we can see.
From this, but yeah. Yeah, so... Alright. We're going to start from the start.
Is that the start? I thought that was the start.
That wasn't essentially the start.
What was the start?
I think it was basically just people answering phones and basically lying to people. From what sorry, I didn't really mean that. Sorry, there's a lot of traffic with the guy sitting parked up in a truck. Sorry, I'm really busy right now with the guy walking on the street. Sorry, I'm very tired, says the girl, blatantly cheating on the person.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now.
And then it cuts to the old man doing some equations in this car park.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he looks
The
up.
old dude.
He looks up and does kind of the fucking. I think the bus stops actually, so I'll let him off in this one. But it's not School Days style where they can instantaneously recognise the person staring out of the train on the platform or the bus.
Was that 60 miles an hour? There they are.
Yeah,
There they are. I saw them.
Yeah. Anyway, no. So they see the wifey that you were talking about. That woman. Anyway.
Yeah. Tsukiko.
Yeah, and then I think she goes to work.
Yeah, and then we get to this bit where she's being hassled by her boss to create the new character.
Not hassled, but he has high hopes.
Well, he has expectations and is being very pushy about it.
And you can see her; she's drawing all the figures and just going, "Nope, figures, nope,
nope."
And then
nope.
Yeah, and then the boss gets a phone call. Oh yeah, well next week, yeah, we'll have it by next week. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah,
and it'll be twice as good as the pink dog, Maromi.
Maromi, yeah. But will it? Will it?
And then she leaves.
No. She does. She is walking home with her various sort of drawings.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees, on the way home, she sees a person in the middle of the road raking through some garbage.
Yeah, an old lady. It's described as.
I don't know why, but I can't remember what it was I thought it was, but it was like, oh wow, it's like, what is that? It's like, oh, of course, it's just a person with a backpack on.
All right.
I don't know why, but I was like, oh, what is it? It's like, oh no, it's a person. Of course it is.
Cool.
But yeah, she gets a bit startled by that person. It's like, oh,
yeah,
a person who's living on the streets. I cannot be near them.
She's a bit stressed out, to be honest, with this deadline coming up, I think.
Yeah, and she runs away after having to pick up her things. Does she drop? Doesn't she drop some of her stuff?
Maybe not at that point. She puts Maromi in her purse.
That yeah, she has it looking out of her bag like someone's pet dog, like Paris Hilton's pet dog. And kids ask your parents. And yeah, you're right. She kind of stuffs Maromi back down into the bag to make sure that Maromi is safe.
Yeah. And then yeah, she then kind of walks away quite fast and then turns around and sees that the old lady's disappeared, or the person's disappeared in the bin bags. And then she kind of stares down further into the street and you can kind of see the impending darkness catching up with her. So she starts running. And then she does. And then she drops her stuff and it scatters, and there's a bit of paper underneath a car, and she feels.
Oh, she's trying to reach it.
Picks it up. I think she gets it, right. And then but as she catches her
she
arms,
cuts her arm.
Yeah, off
that's right.
Underneath the car, and then she's like, oh.
So it all becomes a bit much.
Yeah, and then essentially she just turns around at that point. And a shadow appears, and next thing you know, it's black. And a thump.
I like the music. There is music that plays when that appears, and it sort of sounds like a combination of Jet Set Radio Future and Splatoon music.
yeah, it's the hip hop. It seems to be quite popular at that point. because he
Yeah.
had Samurai Champloo.
Oh, did it have the same type of soundtrack?
It does, yeah. It's got like
Oh, okay.
the DJ scraping the records type, and maybe a bit of beatboxing type.
Yep.
Even though it's like set in, I don't know, Edo era of Japan or something. You know, like back in the day when none of that would go down well. That'd be like,
Sure.
demon.
But she gets what we do know is she clearly gets a golden baseball bat to the face.
She clearly states that she's got hit by a golden bat because she's.
I thought it showed at the very least the bat.
Maybe it did. I don't remember if it was golden or not.
Because she then goes on to describe what she sees, because she is then interrogated about the whole situation of being attacked, because there is someone skulking around at this point in time that these detectives are looking for, I believe.
No, I think she just got attacked, and I think she's getting interviewed.
But the attacker is someone that the police are looking for already. Are they not already aware? They just don't know who it is yet. Or am I imagining things?
No, I don't think the two later refer to that. It's like that previous case where it was just a lie. It was all made up.
Maybe I'm getting that confused.
Because it's old cop and young cop, and yeah. So every so often you get like a wee news article flashed up talking about incident. Oh, and this person's been hit by a mysterious attacker, and then it cut to Tetris in the interviewing her, and
she's not even she's getting a full on interrogation.
And she's kind of vague about it all. It's like, oh, red, my bag was red. It's like that was about the much she gave. And golden.
What does that have to do with anything?
And there was an old lady, but she's disappeared. And you know, she's just because vague information. She's pretty much, I suppose, an introvert.
Yeah.
From what we understand. And then.
Yep.
So they get like a golden bat. And it was a kid. They think maybe about six year.
An elementary school aged boy is what I have in the notes.
Yeah, elementary.
And yeah, he was wearing golden inline skates.
Oh, that didn't come until later.
Is it not?
Yeah, no, she doesn't mention it until later.
Oh, okay.
Because so she's only given this much information at this point, and they're leaving, and they bump into the creepy reporter guy, who
Kawazu.
Yeah, who partly put the old man in hospital. That was doing the songs.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't have the money to pay for your hospital stay, but here's some flowers.
Yeah,
and like the guy goes away in the elevator, takes the other guy away, and he goes, fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty much. The other guy is like, you got to pay us, or we're going to go to court again. And he's like,
oh, I'll get you the money.
Yeah. So they go off one lift, and then the cops come down the other lift, and they go, oh, detectives, why are you here? And it's like, are you here to see your victim? Because they know.
They already know.
They already know that he's ran down this guy in a traffic incident.
He's like, victim.
Yeah. Persois.
I just owe him money for his hospital treatment.
Yeah.
And they do berate him and tell him he should really get a good job or a proper job
to pay his debts.
Yeah.
And then it's like, bruh. And then then this guy, he basically goes, oh, so they're here, so there must be some juicy story that I can go and harass them about. And he talks to the nurse, and he goes, right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go pull out my black notepad, shake it like that, and then stick it back in his pocket. and go, my stupid colleagues didn't tell me about this thing, and the nurse goes, "Oh, you mean the person in room 510?"
Ah,
Aha.
aha.
And then,
A lead.
yeah, and then I think it cuts away back to the sum that the old man was doing in the car park, because it comes up and it says this equals 510.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's the mastermind behind it all. Uh,
Oh, maybe some sort of Squid Game shit going on. Spoilers for Squid Game. That TV show's like 3 years old at this point.
yeah, waiting for the second season. Anyway, um, so he then starts going sniffing around. He borrows like a computer for some kids.
Yeah.
Must be in the hostel or something. And they're like, "Oh, Mister,
Yeah.
time's nearly up. Oh yeah, sorry. Here you go." And then just basically shows them some porn as he walks away.
Yeah. He's not a good guy
No,
by any stretch
he's
of the imagination.
100% a creep, and that's how he's drawn as well. He's got like the big tongue. He looks like a frog or
Oh, yeah.
toad type
He does.
character. Sure.
He's very reminiscent of some of the characters from Spirited Away, the Toad characters in that.
Yeah, they definitely have the style of this. I mean, there's other shows that's got similar style because
Yeah.
yeah,
That's just the one that strikes me immediately because there's a lot of frog characters in that.
yeah. So so he starts going in, basically interviewing. So she works here. This person's here. Okay, we'll go talk to the colleagues. He gets the colleagues, and then was it Shitomi?
Which one? Sorry?
The woman, lady, the one that got hit.
Tsukiko.
Tsukito. Yeah.
Tsukiko, yeah.
So he then catches up with her eventually. And the detectives go.
Yeah.
The detectives go to the car, and this is when they make the comment. The older one thinks, "I think she's just making this up."
Yep. She's lying.
Yeah. Pretty much. And then he basically catches up with her and goes, "Oh, can I talk to you about something?" "Oh no, that's a lie," because he's doing snooping, and then
He's following her. He's like tailing her.
yeah, no, before that, you see the detectives going around questioning people about the attack in the area that's happened, and
Yeah.
they learn about the old woman, and she's homeless by the
Yes.
otaku guy.
Yes.
He says, "Oh, she's dirty and horrible," blah, with like all his like pictures of little animated anime characters on the wall. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. That's not the thing. Anyway, so they go to the den and goes, "Hello, old lady, are you here?" And then they open up the den and find the reporter guy.
Yep, that's right.
And the reporter guy is like, "Haha, no, she's not here." And they're like, "Oh God, you know we can get to you for interfering with police business, just like and then just to go more on your record, more debt to you. Get out here." "Oh, that's backfired again."
Drat.
Drat walks away and then starts harassing
Yeah. He then tails Tsukiko
Mhm.
to the point where she's confronted with him.
She drops her phone.
She does.
Yeah.
And as she leans over to get it, he's kind of stood over her. Or near her.
Well, he picks it up.
Does he pick it up?
He picks it up and goes, "Oh, here you go. Oh, you're this person."
Sorry, yeah, okay.
And then, "You're this person. Here's my card." And then she just goes, "Oh, thanks," and takes the phone out of her hand and leaves the card in his hand. And then,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Fuck, is this yours? And he shows his drawer and he's picked out the old women's. I found this in the old women's den. Let's talk.
Yep.
So they're now having a can't
Tete-a-tete.
yeah in the thing, and it basically brings up that everyone hates her and does like impersonates all the voices.
Oh, he does
And that
impressions. He does horrifying impressions of the colleagues. Oh no.
yeah, so he impersonates all the voices.
Wait. You've stopped moving on my camera. Oh, now you're back.
Oh, it was you. Stop moving mine.
Oh. That's not good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode to look at. Can you tell when we're not there?
My internet looks pretty good.
I don't know about mine. Oh, it's fine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, he does horrific impressions of her colleagues who are all making fun of her and saying how much they hate her.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that sounds like them, I guess.
That she names everyone. Like, oh, that's this person, and this person.
Oh.
And it's like, all right. And then something drops off the table, and then this is where he kind of gets a weird glint in his eye and starts being a bit pervy. Like, cause he has like a sundae, looks under the table, gets a big bite of the sundae in a provocative way, and takes a cherry and starts talking about something and twist the thing, and then this is the point where she remembers the golden skates because inline skaters go by.
That's right.
And she gets flinched and goes, "Oh."
That's right.
And then he's like, "Oh, I remember those golden skate boots, inline skate boots." And it's like, "Oh, okay." And she's talking to the cops now.
Yeah.
And then did he then chase them from the cop station? Chase her down the street?
I think he does follow her because the way I remember it is that basically she was with him but not with him, like trying to get away, when all of a sudden Bat Boy, Lil Slugger, comes to the rescue.
Yeah.
And just fucking KOs him.
Yeah. So it comes along and she kind of runs away from him because she's still she's still like in a clutch. That's why she dropped her phone, because she was going to go back into work. She's on the way to work, and that's why he picks up the phone and they have the conversation. She's also had a scene where she's Monoru?
Oh, where she's talking to Moromi?
Moromi gets up and starts talking and being all floppy, like, oh.
Her head's so heavy.
Yeah, full of stuff. But she's back in the apartment again, and he's like, "Oh, it's you," and she's like, "Nope, don't want to speak to you," and kind of tries to run away from him, limping in her with her crutches, and
that's right.
She falls over, and he continues to harass her. It's like, "Hey, what happened to the woman? Where's the woman?" Or, "Hey, what you doing? This is all lies." And she's like, "No, it's not. It's not lies."
It's not.
And then
you're about to find out how much of a lie it's not.
Yeah, it runs away, and he gets smacked one, and then
he does.
She's in she's falling up some steps, and then here's the screech of like plastic wheels grind to a halt in front of her in a wee slide, and then she goes, "Hey, nice to meet you again," or something.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, it's you again."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Haha," and then just like goes away.
Yeah, and just sprints off again. Yeah, and then there's, I suppose it's when they're doing interviews and stuff, but there's like gossip happening in this episode where it's like, oh, it's this boy. Oh, I hate to be that kid. He just ruined his life. Blah blah blah. Yeah, those little punks. There's like Grangu style girls with their tan and blonde
That's
hair,
right.
or slagging them off. Um, and also the co-workers there going, ah, yeah, yeah. She's totally
They're all
proud.
awful people.
All on that. So, and then they're all kind of like, yeah, bah. Um, but it kind of ends with him just running off into the moonlight because nighttime.
Yep. And that's the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this so far, Colin? Is it a good start?
Uh, yeah. It's set in a scene. It's set in like there's some weird underplot in it where it's like, has she? Is she imagined it all? Because she doesn't seem to have any head injuries or anything.
No, she seems maybe a bit unwell.
Yeah, mentally unwell. But I think that is the crux of this show. It's all about
Uh, yes.
what's in your mind, and this episode essentially was try to show you the ugly side of humanity. I think.
Yeah, I think like linking the episodes together, there's definitely like a kind of an aggrieved person at the heart of it, and in this instance, it's Tsukiko.
Mm-hmm.
She's, whether she's quiet or not about it, she's still very frustrated by her co-workers and all the pressure that she has on her to deliver something, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's a good first episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Well animated. The character designs of the things are pretty good. You got the
Yeah.
grizzly old cop and the young cop, and how the
Mm-hmm.
grizzly cop's I should. Is this episode or next episode? Just a conversation with them where they say, "Ah, I don't. You think she's she's always like that type thing?" As in the old cops, I don't understand young people. Oh, I'm young. Yeah, I don't really understand you either.
I think it might be nearing the end of this episode,
yeah,
actually.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's good. I'll give it a 7. It's a good watch. It's
Yep.
it's going someplace. Well, I'll let you give your thoughts there, man.
Uh, I agree,
Yeah.
100%. It's a 7. It's a good first entry. It didn't like completely wow me, but it definitely intrigued me. And I think you're right. Like the animation's pretty good, and I think generally the dub's pretty decent as well, which is always kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind watching in Japanese, and in some instances I prefer it. But yeah, the dubbing is quite reasonable, so I like that.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's I mean, I don't think this show is not it's not going to be wow out the box type show. It's got to build to a point. I don't think they
Yeah,
could make a wow.
it's Satoshi Kon, and you can kind of see the parallels to his other work already. Like, in fact, more so, I think in the third episode we'll talk about today. There's a lot of overlap there with how he writes and directs animation. So,
Mhm.
but it's that being said, moving on to episode 2, which is called "The Golden Shoes." This episode is focused on a young boy in grade school, 6th grade, I think to be precise, who is called Yuichi, or just Ichi for short, because he's used to being number one.
Yeah.
He's the good shit at everything. Smart, sporty, popular, all of the above. Class president. He's it. He's the it child.
Yeah. Yeah. He is. So so he's he's all cocky about it too. Uh,
He
and
is. Although, to be fair, I think at the start of it, I don't think it comes across as cocky, as like overly insufferable. I think it's just someone who's saying, is like, that this is how my life is. I'm kind of used to being at this level, and it's like, okay, so yeah, someone who maybe does have a little bit of fool of themselves, but also can quite clearly carry themselves. I think that as the episode goes on, it becomes more insufferable. His his kind of entitlement and self righteousness.
Oh, he's 100% got all that. So it was
Oh yeah.
It was how does it start though? Does it actually start with him just going, "Hi, I'm Ichi." Everyone calls him Ichi. And
I'm Yuichi or Ichi. Yeah, it's like he's advertising himself for television.
yeah, he's putting himself out there. And then until one day he says, "Oh, I've got big massive fan letters and everything." And then one day it won't be any different today or something. And he goes out, says hi to everyone. Everyone's like hi in the street, and then he meets his kid, fellow pupils, and they're like, "Nope, don't want to speak to you." And it's like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Yep.
And he gets to school and he finds a note in his locker where he puts his shoes. It's like, You're Lil
Slugger.
Lil Slugger." I think it says something else though. I think it says,
I think it asks a question.
"Are you?"
But I think it's like, "Are you not Little Slugger" or something like that.
I think it's called a different name in Japanese, Soban or Bat or something. Shonen Bat.
Shonen Bat.
Yeah, Shonen Bat. He's, "Oh, I see it. Everyone's misunderstood because he's got golden and light skates. He's got the hat because it's described that he's got a baseball cap now, and
he plays baseball.
He does. He's good at sports.
So they all think it's him.
Yeah. And then he's walking along the corridor in the school, comes along the posters, essentially.
It's like the people who are running for class president.
Yeah, that's that. And then he goes, but does he?
Or student council, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a student council, but I'm just trying to think if that's before or after his graffiti desk.
I think it might be after. Yeah, his desk is also graffitied, hinting at the same kind of thing. Most of the kids are avoiding him and whispering about him in hushed tones behind him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he sees these. He sees the pictures and sees one that's basically a crayon drawing, and he's like, "Oh, this fucking guy." And he's like, "This guy, he's fat, he's not popular, he's not good at sports. I guess his grades are fine," which is probably why he's all right. But he's the new kid, and I hate him. And he's called Ushiyama, and he eventually is like, "But maybe he's using this as a tactic to make people not vote for me and to vote for him." He's like, "Of course, because this is all about me." And it couldn't possibly be, anything else. It's like someone had to deliberately do this.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to take me out.
It's got all these inner voices in his head. Yeah. It's great. So, yeah, and then he's like getting rid of that. So he walks into the classroom and goes, "All right, doesn't really matter. Got to hold my head up high." Gets to his desk, sees the graffiti, and goes, "Oh." Inner monologue.
I was going to say that positive attitude lasted all of 5 seconds.
Yeah. It did. So he basically thinks this guy is out to get him. And he just keeps going with the positive attitude. He sees the guy with like kids going, "Oh yeah, you're great. You want to come to my place afterwards?"
He's like, "Haha!"
He's still everything. No one wants to speak to me.
Yeah. But then I'm sure in between this he also goes home, and he's like, so Ichi's at home doing work with his tutor, Miss Chuno.
Yeah.
Who like he can confide in. He doesn't need a tutor. His inner monologue lets us know that he's like, "I don't need this. I just need someone who helps center me."
Yeah.
and that's who she is to him. So he feels like he can confide in her and talk to her. And he's like, "Oh, the kids are all bullying me, like because they think I'm this bad guy and I'm not." It's like, you are a bit crazy though. Like there's something going on here, man.
Yeah.
You're not well. Again, thematically, maybe not all there. Maybe a little bit mentally unstable.
Mm-hmm.
He then goes back into the school the next day after having mentioned the bullying.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure does he not this is where he like confronts Ushiyama.
Yeah, he calls him out to behind the school somewhere. He goes, "Oh, you wanted to talk to me?" "Yes, I wanted to talk to you, you fat, ugly pig." And he said, "What?
Yeah, he
What are
gets
you on about?"
very aggressive straight out of the gate.
"Yeah, I know you're despicable wax. Don't do that." And then someone's hiding in the bushes and taking pictures of the incident. And then he goes back to class. And then the class, his phone rings. And no one bats an eyelid that his phone rings.
Yeah.
And he gets the picture. And then everyone's phone in the classroom rings. And the teacher goes, I told you the guys turn those phones off. They didn't mention it at all with like the one of them. It's just like all of them go off. It's like,
No.
oh.
All of them though.
And it goes off. And then Yuichi?
Yuichi?
No,
Or
no,
Ichi?
Ichi stands up and goes, I'm sorry, miss, but Ichi's getting bullied here by a thing. And he's like,
Oh god.
"Oh, you bastard, don't say that shit. I don't want your pity. Wow, you're going down."
Yeah.
It just gets more and
The
more hate.
resentment grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's also having a birthday party, which his tutor's been invited to. And
Yeah.
he's
That no one comes to.
yeah, he keeps having weird grandeur moments of like thinking he's going to win council presidents, and he goes, "Yes, thank you for being here, thank you for that."
Yeah.
And then
there are a lot of interspersed delusional scenes of him. It's like, "Oh, you were right this whole time." It's like, I know.
yeah, and then
It's okay.
there's
I
one.
forgive you.
I don't know why he thinks about his birthday party. Oh, is that after he gets taken in for questioning by the cops? Yeah, that's it. Because the cops come around because word's starting to spread that he might be the kid.
That's right.
And he gets in and he goes, "Oh, cool. Cops done this. That means that because I'm a suspect, they're not going to take any charges against me. I'm free, and
Everything's gonna be okay.
everything's okay again." And then it just cuts to like a scene where he goes to the party and everyone's his grand delusions. Everyone's, "Oh, I'm sorry that you were that we accused you of being thrown in bat, or
Yeah.
you little slugger."
You weren't Lil Slugger at all.
"No, you weren't." And
Our bad.
then it cuts to like the actual birthday he's having, and it's just him and the tutor, and he's just sitting there going, "Party popper," and then goes,
Oh.
"No, it made things worse.
Oh.
It made things worse."
Oh. I think at the same time that he's being interviewed, just the bit prior to that is the detectives questioning Tsukiko again, because she's obviously witnessed 2 attacks now, because it was her and the Kawazu.
Yeah, there's they have talked to her at some point in this episode, and then she's also talking to her Maruni, the dog.
Marumi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says, "Oh yeah," it was basically giving encouragements and stuff. You're not insane.
Yeah.
Not insane at all.
But after his party goes badly, we have a scene where I can't remember how it happens, but Shugo Ushiyami is walking home with a tree, like a palm tree.
Yeah, he goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so Ichi goes to school like outside of class times, and I think there's talk about it, and slowly his council picture's been graffitied to have a bent bat.
That's it. It's basically just almost. It's not almost ripped down at this point.
No, it's drawn.
Is that later?
It's drawn up. He has the bent bat, and then later it comes that he gets his eyes because they start talking. Oh yeah, he's got golden boots. Or maybe he has golden eyes. So someone's drawn in the golden eyes into his picture, and he has the evil grin, tingy smile. Even though that's the way he depicts himself right at the start. Of like he has a smile.
He's got the smile.
I'm number one. Ding.
Yep. He does love to do that.
And then he's in the classroom looking at a robot that he made and remembering how people were praising him. Oh, you're so good at making the robot.
Yep. But it's lying in pieces.
It's lying in bits. And then he walks away from there. And that's when
he meets Yuichi. He meets Ishiyama. And they of course Ishiyama is like very innocent and very caring person. And it's just like, oh, it sucks. All this is happening. I'm really sorry. And like tries to comfort him a little bit about the whole situation, which of course makes Ichi furious.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hope this fool gets hit upside the head.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Hope he gets
I hate this guy.
Taken out by a Lil Slugger. So Ichi, the kid, basically says, "Oh yeah, truth told, I was bullied at my old school, and that's why I transferred here. And I've been told to be more positive in outlook and take harder tasks. That's why I ran for class president." He basically explained his whole story why he's done it.
Yeah.
He's not out for any petty revenge or anything. He just wants to
no revenge, no attacks.
Himself. Yeah.
Yep. A bit of self-improvement. Yeah. It's a nice little story arc.
Yeah.
And Ichi doesn't care. He's not really listening.
No.
He's too busy imagining his brains being bashed in by a baseball bat.
Yeah, and how he's caught Little Slugger too.
That's right. He has the thing where it's like, oh, and you caught Little Slugger. He's like, yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And he's class president again.
Yeah. Yeah. And no sooner have we got that than all of a sudden we hear the skates, and boom.
Yeah. You just kind of see Little Slugger swishing past Ichi just for a split second.
Yep.
He's in his own world at this point.
Oh yeah, he's miles away.
And then he hears the clank and then starts chasing them down because he just keeps running.
he sees Ishiyama get struck, and then he's like, "Oh, good luck."
Yeah, lucky.
Or something like that. He's like, lucky.
Yeah, well, he's
sprints after him, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's broken. He's so broken.
Because he was always thinking, oh, this is lucky because everything comes up number one for me, and
yep.
So this is lucky because he was thinking that he's going to capture the guy, and yeah, he just kind of taunts him because he stops at the top of the hill and goes, "All right, glint," and then just sprints away in his inline skates, and he can't catch him. And then the next scene, he's basically, I think he was watching like the news channel or something.
No, he was watching. He's in his own room, watching video clips of his best stuff. Like, I don't know why he has those.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was watching this baseball game. Oh, Ichi, you're so great. And then
that's it. His mum's comes in and is like, you gotta go to school. He's like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go back there. Can't go back there. They're gonna think it was me because that happened while I was there. Can't do that. Can't go back. And she's like, open the door. And then she kind of like melts through and goes like, oh, you gotta go to school. And he's like, oh my god.
Yeah, 100% delusional. And then
yep, he's lost it.
I don't know if he actually leaves the room.
It's a good point because he ends up, quotes, in school.
No,
and
he doesn't get to school. He's on the street.
Is it just the street? Yeah, and there are people who are also being a bit melty, going, "You did the thing. You're bad. You should die. We should kill him."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Yeah, we should kill him."
And then even the cops are there. Even the two detectives.
That's right. That's right. He bumps into them trying to go through a door,
and
they're like, "Oh."
It's you, and they all have no pupils in their eyes. They're all kind of like bendy, and even the
Yeah,
background's all bendy and wobbly as well.
it's very paprika, is it not?
Yeah, it's fairly perfect paprika. So, and then he just kind of, I think, maybe wishes for a little slugger to come and smack him in the head.
I think, and we're going to hear the language used again, is that he seeks a way out of his situation.
Yeah,
I think is what it is.
yeah.
And it's, I think, like we can kind of link that back to the first episode where Tsukiko, I think, like deep down wanted an escape.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to be doing what she was doing. Life was getting really hard for her, and she needed an out.
Yeah,
And it's the same kind of thing here, whereas like this is building and it's like a pressure cooker, and that relief of just, oh, this is gonna fix it.
yeah,
Thank God.
yeah.
And he gets hit.
Gets smacked. You don't actually see any of that because it's in this kind of weird fantasy world, but
Yeah.
it then gets reported because it gets these news articles come up and go kind of um what's it what was the movie called, Project Blue? No,
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue, that was it. Kind of like that, where there's spittings of like news channels coming up and stuff like that.
I think there are quite a few. I feel like even in Tokyo Godfathers, there were elements of that from like, static newspapers and things like that. I feel like there's a lot of extraneous world storytelling done via newspapers and radio and things like that to try and help. Because the thing is it's not critical information. Like you can kind of infer what's going to happen, but
Yeah,
it is interesting to be able to like hear the story continuing in that kind of diegetic way where it's like part of the world.
I was thinking Akira has that too. There's some bits,
Oh, I guess it does.
and we can even maybe go back to maybe even RoboCop, but that's mainly just adverts. I'll buy
Yeah,
that
that
for
is
$1.
mostly adverts. It's good shit.
Um,
Uh, I think that's the end of the episode, isn't it?
no, maybe there's certainly
I think it is.
because I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. It might be then. Actually, yeah, I think it flashes back because the start of the next episode, they're talking to him in the hospital or talking about him, and he's like, "Yeah, 2 victims now."
That's right. Yes. So I think it does end here.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about this one?
It's good, decent. Got and it's not the first episode. First episode's fine. It's got the stuff. It's good animation. It continues into this good animation, good storytelling. Shows you the um narcotic.
Uh, Narcotics is drugs.
Yeah, it's not a
So
narcotic. Person that just thinks of himself. Narcissist.
narcissistic.
Narcissistic that the kid is. Thinks he's going to be like some major politician type person, be able to cover up all his sins and that, and
Yes.
but it got leaked out because that's the thing, it happens. And I think it's a good portrayal of that, and once again, mental breakdown of the kids. The
Yeah.
minds. It's all seems to be about your mental state of mind.
There's definitely, like I say, I think that the link to me is about the overwhelming nature of life when it gets at its hardest, when it has its most pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've already watched this show, but it was such a long time ago I can barely remember anything about it.
I remember the intro.
I don't know. I don't like the intro or the outro.
What, with all the laughing people?
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too much. So what do you rate this one then?
I think it's a good 7. Then still, it's.
I agree. I think the consistency's there. Although I must admit, like, this is getting closer to an 8. I feel like the trajectory wise, this feels really good because I think like we're talking about that kind of anthology, self-contained storytelling, but with a common link, is really interesting because those of like the common thread, of course, is that this is all taking place in the same the same place,
same
but
area.
It's just focusing on different people at different points within this time.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think it will just go up. It's mainly just because type of story. Like I said, it's the first episode. I don't think this could be like, oh wow, first episode, because then I think it would just go down because there'll be a lull. But it's got a smooth groove going up the way.
But that's what happened with Elfen Lied. It very much peaks for a bit and then kind of dips out for a few episodes and then has like big moments. This feels a lot more like consistent narratively and performance wise, like, and it looks really good while it's doing it. But yeah, that leads us on to our third episode. This is the only time we're going to do 3 episodes in this season. We're just trying to make sure we get a decent number for doing these. So episode 3 is called Double Lips.
It's not a super secret OAV, is there?
No. I hope not.
That's what happened to Elfen Lied.
I'm going to suggest there's not.
Yeah, cool. I don't think there is. I think it's pretty much an all-inclusive...
It's self-contained
story. Yeah. So anyway, episode 3. Something about lips.
Yes. Yeah, Double Lips. So this episode starts out with a heavy sex scene. With some weird dude, what sounds like giving quite a lot of pleasure to someone, and they wrap that up, and she just kind of doesn't move, which led me to think, is she a doll?
Well, it's the otaku guy from the first episode.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's got like all these figures on the shelf around his bed.
Yeah, and then he starts congratulating them all on like helping him to achieve that amazing sex, which was awful. I hated every moment of that.
Yeah, and then what looks like a doll on the bed just kind of gets up and goes, "I'm going to have a shower."
Yeah, yeah, I need to get myself clean.
Yeah.
We then find out that she is a sex worker, working for a place called, I think it's just Lips is the name of the kind of, I want to say agency, I guess, that she's working with.
Yeah.
And we have a phone call. Well, we don't see her yet.
No,
her name
is it not her name? Is that the name they call her?
No, her name is Maria.
Oh, Maria in this one, yeah.
And then what happens is she continues to go on to her next person of the night. She goes home. She tries to phone her answering phone, and she finds a voicemail that says, "When are you planning on stopping this?" And she's like, "Nope, don't want to hear that. Nope, don't want to hear that." And then she gets home and listens to her answering messages, and it gets a bit weird. She puts them on, and she hears that message again. "When are you planning on stopping this? Like, you can't do this. I don't want you to do this anymore." And then there's a follow-up voice message on the same machine going, "I'll do this all the fucking time I want. It's my life. I'm going to do this."
Yeah.
And you're like, why would that message be on the phone, the same machine as the other one?
I think because she's getting all her contacts through a phone.
Yes.
Basically, I think after she gets the contact, to go, "Oh, you just going across the street to this other person."
Yeah.
And then she phones like a number, and I think that's the voicemail number.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
She's dialing into her voicemail at home. But that's what I'm meaning. Like, the weird part of that is, though, is that why would she have one part? Like, it sounds like someone's phoning her to berate her.
Yeah.
But then she sent herself a message to answer that.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not normal. That's not a normal thing to happen. And then you're like, oh, how very odd. And then we see that she is actually wearing a wig and has a false beauty spot.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that actually this is Miss Chuno,
Mm-hmm.
who is Ishi's tutor.
Yeah.
And what we can kind of discern from this is that she appears to have some sort of dissociative identity disorder and is exhibiting different personalities at different times of the day, where at night she is this sex worker, Maria, and during the day she is like a university student or like assistant and tutor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's that, and was it? So she's that, and then I don't know what I'm going to say. Yeah. So she's split between these people. She's a tutor.
She's seeing a psychiatrist about it.
She is.
And the psychiatrist's opinion, I think, because we kind of do a few cycles of this where the messages are becoming less frequent. And I think the psychiatrist's opinion is it sounds like Maria is just trying to enjoy herself because she knows that she's being phased out. She knows that she doesn't have long left, which pleases her because she's like, okay, I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to be able to like remain the dominant personality. But as with many sort of like dissociative identity disorders, I presume there's like some fighting ongoing about who is the personality, who is the original.
Yeah.
Maria stakes claim to that as much as Miss Chuno does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
She is working in the university with this guy, and he's like, "Oh, yep, thanks for doing that work for me. Hey, can you make me a cup of tea?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I guess."
Yeah. And then she goes away and does it all again.
Yep, it's on repeat. But again, the messages are becoming less and less frequent. She's coming home. She's noticing that some mornings there are no messages. And then one day she's in the university, and that guy who asked her to make her a cup of tea is like, "Hey, marry me, would you?"
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like,
what?
Okay, sure.
It's no character development, romancing or anything, but yeah. So they start.
But she's into it.
Yeah.
So
she starts discussing about it, and I think they go on a boat ride, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not used to the sun. I know it's a novice.
I stay inside my office."
Yeah. Oh.
But does she not? Because has she not like packed up a bunch of stuff of Maria's to dump in the water or something like that?
No, she hasn't done any of that.
That does what it feels like.
No.
She does pack up Maria's stuff and put it in the cupboard though.
Do you think?
She like packages all her dresses and things up because she's like, I'm getting married. So
yeah, and there's like, so her agency knows that she's off to get married and saying, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They just.
That's right.
I'm quitting.
It's just she says she's quitting to one of her clients who's like, just give me your other phone number. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, this is for it. It's just I'm quitting. This is my last day. Oh really? Oh. And then.
Oh,
and
that's so awkward.
And that was like Maria was saying that, I believe.
Yep.
Like,
yes.
I'm quitting, and then because cell phone number and the white cell phone, I was like no, and then they're on the boat, and then she gets a call, and goes, "Wait, how did you get my number? I didn't give you the number." Yeah, you did. And oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you did, Maria. It's like what?
See, oh no! Seems like Maria might have accidentally, on purpose, given away Miss Juno's phone number.
Yeah.
To the Lips service.
And then, yeah, so she does tidy up the stuff because she's like, yeah, that's it, it's done. There's no more messages.
Yep.
And she just puts in the like side of the closet or something. She didn't throw it out at that point.
Oh, she we're at the point now where she's done that, but then she's like, you know what? She doesn't want to. Because she accepts the marriage proposal and she's like, no, this stuff has to just go. I have to get rid of it. So she ends up going to the dump, to get rid of it, but I think she like
That's later.
flips. Is that not like
That's
just after the bit where they get married? They're about to get married.
yeah. So they're on the boat. She does that, gets the call, and then she goes back home.
Oh,
And then she goes, "Oh shit, there's all there." And then she gets another message saying, "Yeah, I'm the original bitch.
that's
You ain't
right.
going to get away with this. How dare you?"
She she goes wedding shopping with the guy,
Mhm.
her new man, and dress shopping and all of that stuff. And the whole point here is that he then gives her like a gift, which is like a heart pendant
Mhm.
for a necklace. That he's like, here, this is for you until the ring is ready. And they're gonna get like all of their wedding photos and stuff done, but not actually have a ceremony.
Yeah, it's some weird cheap wedding thing.
Yeah, like it's
So
fair. But that while they're out getting dressed, like she's getting dressed into the dresses, and they like, hey, miss, are you in there? And she pulls the curtains open, and Maria's stood there. But then it cuts to like her being with another client.
yeah, there's a wee switch and shake. I'm going to call it a switch and shake.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I appreciate that. Switch and shake is our fourth T-shirt.
Switch and shake. So yeah, so she does that, and then they start having big arguments, and it's like, right, fuck it, I'm getting rid of all this shit now. And she goes to the dump, and then as she's in the dump, the taxi goes, "Hey, you gonna be much longer?" And then she does the next switch and shake. And what's going?
Oh, what precipitates that event? Sorry, is I think her psychiatrist is like, you. I think he's like, you need to tell your
Oh,
your husband,
your partner, yeah.
or your husband to be that this is a thing. And then she's about to say something about it, but she finds the photo that Maria has taken and given to her, and she's like, "Oh shit, gotta get out of here! I have a thing to do." Bye.
Yeah. She finds that, and then realizes that all her stuff has been thrown away. Also, she goes in the taxi, and the taxi guy is like, "Do I know you from somewhere?
I know you. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
you were
god.
you in my rides for?" And it's like,
Oh.
look at the picture, and it's a taxi driver.
Yep.
Yeah, having some fun
Whoopsie.
times. It's like, all right.
Oh dear.
And she goes back to the park and finds that all her stuff has been thrown in the dump, but better because it's buried and she can't get it out.
Yeah. She finds the necklace though,
And she gets the necklace back, and then I don't know. There's a bit back and forth, and there's other bits where she's gone and visited Ichi in the hospital.
it is at this point where she goes to visit Ichi in the hospital, who is has been unconscious, but when she visits, he regains some form of consciousness.
Yeah, and he has a bandage around his head. Oh,
he does, because he's been smacked up.
Should also state that the kid, his rival, was on a ventilator in the last episode.
That's right, actually, yeah. Or is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, that's not the last episode. That's the beginning of this one. There's a bit in this one, I'm pretty sure, where we see that.
Oh. Yeah, and the detectives are saying, "Oh, yeah, well, it seems like
that clears him, I guess.
That subject's out of the way because he's now a victim too." And then,
yep.
So she's having like this kind of, I don't know, thoughts as she's looking over Ichi about all the mental shit that's going on in her head.
Well, no, he says to her, because she's like,
no, it's because she's having these like mental images of what's happened while kind of staring over him, and then he wakes up as he comes out of her zone, and he's, "Oh, maybe you should get a doctor."
Maybe you need a doctor. Yeah. She's like, fucking excuse me.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he goes on to say, "Oh, ever since I got hit by a Lil Slugger, I feel free."
Yeah.
And then
see,
yeah, that's. And then so what? And I think it cuts back to dog lady woman.
It does. She's watching the TV upside down. And
oh, that's a different one, because he goes, "I think I feel free," and then I think she's on about in the dog, Marie, goes, "Oh yeah, I think you're getting better, but by the way, you're going to be late for work."
Yeah, she's upside down watching the news, and Marumi switches it off.
I don't think so. I thought she was like closer to in this one. I think there's another. There's a scene where she's watching the TV upside down. I think was the second episode. As she's watching the story unfold of Ichi.
Oh, of Ichi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this time, Marumi actually turns it off as he's like miles away from the controller, and he's just sitting on it. But click. And he's like, "Uh-oh, sentient dolls. That's not good."
Yeah. Marumi says no.
No. Yeah. And then, so then she kind of starts fantasizing. Not Maria. Her Miss Tito.
Miss Chuno. She's hallucinating that her other personality is physically manifest, and they are kind of at each other.
Yeah, so she goes back to her apartment and she starts listening to the message, and then she gets upset, throws the thing down, and then at one point the hand catches, because I think she was going to go full on smash it because it was already broken, but then I think she was going to do it again, and it catches it. It's like, wait, what? What's going on here? And then
this is a really good bit actually, because it keeps cutting between them, like each having their say, and like one of them is obvious that Maria is like kind of forcefully maneuvering, and Miss Chuno is like kind of struggling through it. But then after that conversation, they're arguing with each other about who should be the dominant personality and who's the problem, and then the camera pans out to reveal it's just Miss Chuno like dragging herself through the streets.
Yeah. And
in what is an incredibly perfect blue moment.
And a weird wig as well. Because she has a wig on.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have a wig on. And she has a wig on.
Yep.
And then
doesn't.
And doesn't. And then and she has like two kind of like characters as Maria. She has like a short hair wig and a long hair wig.
Yep. A long haired wig, yeah.
And then Lil Slugger comes along. Smacks her.
She's got clown makeup on.
Yeah, it's like
she's like fully.
Why so serious?
Yeah, it's like do you really love me? Sort of just wrapping lipstick around every part of her face.
Yeah,
drawing it over her eyes, plain white.
Yeah,
very Joker-esque and horrifying.
What?
And yeah, she gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, and her wig falls off.
Yeah,
and then. Please don't go and speak to her because her husband to be is there in the room. Oh, you're all right. That's good.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
I like this episode, Colin.
I can tell.
It's really good.
It's good. It's not it's got a good direction in it. There's good scenes in it, like you say at the end where she's like wrestling with herself, only not herself.
Yeah. It's really well done.
In a maddening way.
It's really well done.
And then when Lil Slugger
the thing
comes
is
along,
you could very well expect that actually this whole time it's like, no, there are two
or three.
Like you could see, like that you could see there being something like that, but instead, like all it does is reaffirm what you know. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good episode.
Yep. What? Stop there.
I know. I think we're gonna have to wrap this one up before everything collapses.
Yeah.
What's your rating then, Colin?
Yeah, it's well, I think it's just crisp into an 8.
I think it's a 9.
You think it's a 9
for me?
Oh,
yeah. I had thought, like, I was close to giving the last episode an 8, because I enjoyed it. It was really good. But I feel like this is the one where we're getting into the real this is the material I think is the most interesting, and obviously it'll change as we go through, because obviously it seems like we're going to follow different characters and they're going to have different stories to tell. This is the story I think that is the most interesting to me, and it matched up with that with Perfect Blue quite a lot to me.
Yeah, it's so this came out after all the other ones, I take it.
This came out in 2004, which I believe is, well, it's way after, Perfect Blue is the mid 90s, right? So
yeah, that was about 96, 95 or something, wasn't it?
97 for Perfect Blue. And Paprika is after this. So I'd argue Paprika definitely doesn't, the elements of Paprika that you see in this. I think Paprika is the way it is because of this show to a degree as well.
Yeah.
I had forgotten as well that Satoshi Kon was the writer of the Magnetic Rose segment on Memories.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Man, Satoshi Kon was really good. What a shame. What a massive loss to lose someone so young.
Yeah, that's always is, man. Always is.
It's proper tragic.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I was yeah, so that's good. I was just wondering where it fits into his...
Yeah, it's definitely towards the end of Satoshi Kon's run of work. Paprika is the last full-scale thing he did, and then he did that 1 minute short a couple of years later, but there's nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing beyond that. There's some retrospective books, posthumous books around his own work after his death, but nothing nothing else.
Yeah. Oh.
Man, he won a lot of awards too.
I'm not surprised. He's gifted, with his direction and what he wants and his visions.
Totally. I think that's the thing is interesting to me, is that he did not write Perfect Blue, which I think is quite fascinating. To me, it's almost like the story he wrote for Magnetic Rose, which I think is very in keeping thematically with the rest of his work. It's almost like he was drawn to direct Perfect Blue because of the way the story was written. It's like, this is the culmination of the things I want to write. And yeah, and then it was like, yes, and now I understand, having done this movie, what other things could be like what I could do now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you ended up with Paprika, you ended up with Paranoia Agent. The writer of Perfect Blue has worked on a few things, but not much in the movie world by the looks of things. Mostly anime shows.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, actually.
A lot of stuff,
Oh, he was a writer for Cowboy Bebop. I say he, they. He.
Yeah.
Yeah, writer for Cowboy Bebop. But yeah, screenplay for Perfect Blue, that's wild. That was the first thing they did. It's that's a big hit out of the park, that one. Although it looks like there were other writers involved with that as well, so
I always thought so. I thought they'd be...
Oh, well, sorry. Perfect Blue is an adaptation of a novel.
Yeah.
So
so he's...
But still, it still takes talent to adapt something so well from one medium to another, so there's definitely no shame in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will I think we'll put an end to that there before anything bad happens to our connection. And we'll be back next week to talk about episodes 4 and 5 this time of Paranoia Agent, which leaves me to say you have been listening to Who's That Anime, a podcast about anime, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. We don't make any money on this. There's no advertising, things like that. But if you want to support the show, then it would be super, super cool if you would leave us a review. That really does help us. And if you've already left a review or can't leave a review, then obviously things like telling friends, if you like what it is we do, that would be fantastic too. We have a Facebook page, that's facebook.com/who's that anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel. The link for that is in the show notes. We also have a YouTube channel where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of this show, where you'll see our new background, including Marumi the dog.
Mm-hmm.
The episodes for that can be found if you go to youtube.com and search for @who's that anime. Colin and I occasionally like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. And you can find archives of all of the streaming and things we've done on those channels at youtube.com by searching for @couchfuel or @hailpayman.
Yeah.
And that is us.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about old man, because we don't talk about the old man in the show as I'm in cut.
Oh yeah,
because he seems to be integral. Because in Ichi's,
he's writing maths.
He did write maths. He did the sums, and changed his equation up from 510 to 1 in the second episode, relating to Ichi, and then he started doodling random shit on the floor in the hospital, and the
that's right. She's like, "No, you can't do that, Grandpa.
I'll get you a big bit of paper, Grandpa." What's that? What's it? It was like, I can't remember. It was like ducks or something, and then he was drawing something else, and I think butterflies.
Butterflies. That's what it was. Yeah,
it was butterflies. These are butterflies. All right.
That's great. Awesome. So glad to hear that. And I guess like you could potentially say that that's maybe some form of transformation. Representation for a transformation,
I suppose, yeah. But it was other animals before that. Anyway, but yeah, he's He's also got some undertone in the currents.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell if he's responsible or if he's just mirroring, like in a sort of abstract way.
Yeah,
things that are happening. I guess we'll find out more soon.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a bit like, what was that movie we went to watch in the cinema with the Doors?
The Doors.
Yeah, the Spirit Doors. Watched it last year.
The Spirit Doors.
Yeah.
Suzume.
Suzume. That was it.
Yeah.
That hadn't.
Yeah, I love that film. Still no English Blu-ray release.
No. Oh well. It'll come one day.
Nope. Man, it is taking its fucking time.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Anyway, you've been watching Who's the Anime? It's your host, Stephen Collin. We are taking you on a journey to find out who that anime is.
Yep.
We'll see you same anime time, same anime place, same anime adventure.
Same butchered intros and outros from both of us.
Oh, butchered to the not the same. That's how it should be, right?
That's how it works. Yes.
It works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Bye, folks.
Bye.